Honest truth, hideous.
Disproportionate.
Ever changing.
Scared.
Spotty.
Well, I guess I feel like I'm somewhat smaller and then my hips are big, but the thing is that they're not even big. It's just bigger than how I've seen myself before. So I feel like I don't look the way that I would want to.
Well, I used to cheerlead for the Calgary Stampeders, and obviously when you do that, you have to wear little half tops and small outfits. So I was always around girls who were skinny and had abs and just looked really good in these uniforms, and like we were held to a standard where they wanted us to look what we looked like when they hired us to at audition time. So if you gained any weight during the season and they noticed it, you weren't allowed to cheer for that game or that week, or basically until you looked how they wanted you to look again. So that was hard.
I'd say most of the experiences that I question the way I look came in high school. I think it's been a lot better in college, but in high school and junior high, I just found things were a lot more, I don't know, I guess it was a lot more pressure on me to be that type of person that everyone thought I was going to be and look a certain way. I mean, it's not easy all the time if you get bullied for your face. I mean, yeah, I didn't really do a whole lot when I could have to try and improve myself, but I don't know. It still sucks me to get called pizza face every second day.
It would be completely different if I could love who I am as a person. Then nothing else would matter. If I loved who I was, I would treat my body better. I would treat myself better. I would do all these things that, your body's a temple, and I would treat it as such. But when you don't think that you're good enough and you don't believe that you deserve good things, or you deserve to treat yourself right, because that's just not, it doesn't make sense to you, then you don't do these things that would completely change your body image.
Sorry, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. When I was in high school, I wasn't big, but I didn't feel small. And I'll never forget, I was in my biology class, and the girl behind me was talking about her weight, and she said, "I'm a size 9, but it's okay, I'm not fat yet. I won't be fat until I'm in the double digits." And that, to this day, has stuck with me, and that was 5-6 years ago. And then after my first year of university, I was a size 11. And instantly I was like, Kate, well, it's over. I'm now fat. And I felt horrible.
I think that I was bullied because, quite honestly, my face has a lot more acne than pretty much anyone I know. And I mean, I don't think it gives people the right to bully people, but I mean, because of the way I was bullied, I kind of threw some out of people too. So, I mean, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen is what they say. But I mean, because I got bullied, I probably turned into more of a bully myself than I ever wanted to be.
Everyone's conditioned to feel a certain way about themselves, based on the media, even magazines like 17, who they used to have this, I remember doing a project on it. They used to have this body positivity petition, and everybody they wanted their readers to sign it, but they would still put workout things down 3 pages, and there would still be you have to work out like this in order to maintain a body like this, and they still try to put certain girls, they try to make them dress a certain way based on their body type. If you're pear-shaped, you can't dress like this girl who has no ass and no boobs. You have to dress like this. You have to cover yourself up. So I think those things are still in place.
That's where I need the Kleenex. Here we go. So when you grow up being told that you're a fat, ugly slob, then that's pretty much what gets put into your your mind. And not being good enough is where it's always been at in my head. So I've always strived to find something that I can excel at, and that's usually in sports. So that's where I kind of lost myself in. And now I'm getting older and it's getting harder. So there's a lot of sports I can't do anymore. So it's time for me to look inside and try and find for me to try and fix myself.
And then, sorry, this past summer I had a lot of stuff happen with me, and I just stopped eating, and I didn't eat for a little over a month. I went to Tim Hortons with my best friend like every day, and I would get a medium ice cap and a chocolate dip donut, and that was it. That's what I would get every day. And I would eat about half of the donut and like a couple sips of the ice cap, and that's what I would have every day. And that was what I lived off of, and it started to really scare my family. And my mom, we were on a vacation, and she said, I want you to go and see someone because we're getting really scared, and we think that you're becoming anorexic. And I didn't really see it that way until I went into our hotel room and I looked in the mirror and I could see my ribs. So it's hard. I mean, it sucked because I thought that was the best that I had ever looked in my life because I was so small. And it's hard to think that it was me being so unhealthy made me feel so good.
I'm hard on myself because I'm kind of a perfectionist. I took it rough when I was in high school. I never really wanted to do anything. I was always kind of an isolated person, and I don't know. I guess I demanded a lot out of myself, and just really hard on myself because I want to be better. I want to be the best, and I just want to look the part, but I can't.
I just think, I don't know, I feel like I don't know if it's like a childhood thing or whatever, but somehow you either develop like good self-esteem or you develop not good self-esteem. And I don't know if that has to do with my friends or my family or my parents or anything, but for some reason I just don't have a good self-esteem, or like occasionally I do, but it will last for 20 minutes until I find something else that I don't like, I guess.
I think people have a hard time accepting the way that they look because of the way society puts them down. Like society's, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what one or two people say. If they say you look good, if they say you're not fat, if they say you're not ugly, you know, even if they don't say it, that when 50 people stare at you a different way, that they don't consider you the same type of person. So that's why I think it's hard for people to accept who they are.
It's tough because there's so much negative in society. It's tough to keep reminding yourself that, hey, you're way better than this. You're perfect inside. You're one of a kind. There is nothing better than you.
I want to say that if you're ever struggling out there with your body, with how you look, with your face, with your acne, you got to try and progress through it. I mean, I know it's rough. I've lived it. I still live it every day. It sucks, and quite honestly, it doesn't always get better, even though a lot of people will tell you it does, but you got to move past it. There's so much more out there than how you look. And if you need a friend, then go talk to a counselor, go talk to your parents, go talk to a friend, and just find somebody that can be there for you and give you a hug when you need it and tell you that it's all going to be okay, and that at the end of the day there's more to judge you by than how you look on the outside.
If you look on the front cover of a magazine, or if you're online somewhere, chances are what you're looking at is completely edited into an unrealistic version of what people should look like. And it's really the person that looks like that probably looks about the same as you.